So let's see what our new milestones are that we can look at. You know, we'll worry about finishing these off another time. What does tier 7 have? Okay, hazmat suit. I've already come across places where that would be handy. So what does that need? It needs 50 gas filters. Well, I can make those easily enough, so that's fine. I need more fabric for that. So I haven't found a better way of making fabric. I was half expecting to be able to turn plastics into fabric. Unless I've missed something. Can I? No, I can't click on that. Aluminium. Okay, so I need aluminium. So aluminium is a hard requirement. We now actually need more of the Caterium quick wire. But does give us a hazmat suit. And consumes iodine-infused filters when worn in radioactive areas. Okay, so we can... So it filters out the radiation when we breathe it. That's an interesting touch to realism. I kind of like that. So once again, these are kind of presented as being like parallel. And I guess you could have the ingredients, just you pick them up or something. So you could shortcut. But realistically, these are prerequisites a lot of the time. Like even this needs aluminium sheets as well. I do like the hover pack. So you can just hover around when you're near power consumption. So that's kind of useful. Good for building. But realistically, the first thing we need is bauxite refinement. So then we can scan for bauxite, scan for quartz if we hadn't already. And then it's going to be a whole process, isn't it? Because we've got alumina solution, which is extracted from bauxite, which is then refined into aluminium scrap, which is here, which is then smelted into aluminium ingots, and then we can turn them into sheets, and then we can turn them into casings. Oh, both of those are from ingots. Okay, so we need to go mine, refinery, smelter, constructor. Alright. Okay, and we need a lot of modular frames. Right, and I haven't seen anything in terms of the space elevator parts yet. Is that here yet? Assembly director system, is that one? Yeah, project part number 6. Okay, so that's the first bit that we need there. That's the one that's hidden underneath the menu. Sulfuric acid. Ooh. Blender, that could also be handy, I guess. Batteries. Oh, drones, that's right. Yeah, we do get drones soon. So that's nice as well. Tier 8, here we go. Drones and drone ports, but for that we need the radio control units and aluminium. But that is the best way, I think. Like, I'm hoping to work towards that to then be able to move my plastics back and forward. Nuclear power. That's where we need the radiation suit. Scannel resource uranium. Magnetic field generator, there we go. Part number 7. Superconducting magnets and vast amounts of electricity, yep. So we'll have to worry about how we even make those. Advanced aluminium production. Fused modular frame. Alright, and cooling systems. Interesting. We're going to need those and more things, I imagine. Resource well pressurizer. Pressurizes the underground. Ah, okay, so resource well. So that'll be for the, whatchamacallit, the nitrogen. Yeah, packaged nitrogen gas. Right. Interesting. Leading edge production. That's where we get the, well, turbo motor for a start. Mining Mark III, where default is 240 resources per minute. And then thermal... outputs all extracted resources into connected conveyor belts. Does it have multiple outputs? Because that would be really nice. And then, yeah, part number 8. Thermal propulsion rocket. Alright. And then particle enrichment. That's where we get the nuclear pasta. What the hell? What even is that? Extremely dense degenerate matter formed when extreme pressure forces protons and electrons together into neutrons. Huh? Okay. We need a particle. Okay, this is where we start to get into theoretical physics. And this is only phase 4. Right, so phase 5 is going to be big. It's only one more tier after this, interestingly. But yeah, that's going to get big. Well, first things first, we need to start with bauxite so that we can actually make aluminium. Meanwhile, we have also finished another hard drive. What do we got here? Heavy flexible frame. What's the current makeup of this? So currently it uses steel pipes. This is instead going to use rubber. I mean, it's nice to have something that actually uses rubber for a change. So there's that. Otherwise, it uses the same number of modular frames, but fewer concrete and fewer screws, but it makes the same amount and faster. Well, I like that. I might just grab that one, to be honest. I'm not going to rescan that one. I'm just going to select that, because I prefer that. It's weird having a flexible frame when I feel most of the time you're probably going to want it to be rigid, but either way, whatever works. So that's what we've got these containers for, is they can feed into this. This should... we've got to clear this out, actually, of all the other stuff. This was originally making crystal oscillators. I mean, we could do that as well, actually. We've got 2 manufactories. Maybe we also pull the Soma sloops out of the rotor production. Which is here. So that all we just need to find is 2 more Soma sloops is the other possibility. But maybe for now we just pull those, so that we can have both manufactories running at double output. I guess we should only worry about that when we actually have enough stuff, because we still need to set up our quartz mining. Didn't actually see all that many things that needed quartz crystals. It's mostly the oscillator stuff, and I haven't seen all that many things that need those. Yeah, so maybe we leave this one as it is, and we worry about feeding the modular frame stuff over here. So let's just select recipe to the flexible frame. There we go, so the rubber can basically stay there. Alright, so it'll make 2 at 15 per minute, 780 screws. Okay, let's not overclock this, because we cannot physically supply it that fast. I guess we could just chuck in a ton of stuff into the containers. We didn't connect this one up because we didn't want it clipping through the plant, but nah, whatever. It's fine. We're going to need to upgrade that to a Mark III and then feed screws into that one. That's the only one that needs more than... Oh no, the rubber as well will be more. So the rubber needs to be Mark II. But then we can just dump entire containers worth into those. Modular frames we have being produced here. We should probably keep some... Actually, no, because it's making more, so that's fine. Modular frames can go down the far end here. Do that. Encased industrial beams. And then screws. We have a lot of screws, so that's fine. We're going to be using a lot of them for this, because it uses so many to produce. But we've got a big stack here. We're not even going to take out a whole amount, because it won't actually all fit in. Like, we'll be able to fill our inventory, but it wouldn't fit into the container. Maybe we need to make a double container just for screws. That'll be the one that I keep having to refill. Maybe I did need to get that steel screw recipe, and then I could just put that off the back here, and that's what that steel production from up there becomes. Alright, and then encased industrial beam, we've got a few on us, so let's just chuck those in there for now just to get it going. Alright, well, away it goes. What we should actually do is take a stack out and just put it in ourselves. There we go. So now it'll take a little while before it falls behind. Right, we're not going to overclock it because we can't keep up anyway, that's fine. But at least it's producing 7.5 per minute, which is not bad. We're going to need quite a few of them over time, but we don't need them all right now. Now is the time that, because we're just gearing ourselves up, we take a little time to do a bit of exploration. Well, let's go grab our other encased beams to put them in there first, of course, but... So encased industrial beams, we actually don't make a lot of these very quickly, do we? Oh, we keep running out of concrete. 20 per minute? Huh? Why? We have so much. Why do you... Oh, we're splitting it off before it goes into the container? Ah. And then it's going into 2 containers, of course. So that's fine in terms of like if this was to back up, but we're only producing 20 per minute. You're already double. Oh, you're producing 30 per minute, but only 15 per minute is going each way, of course. Huh. I mean, we could make it so it literally only produces 20 per minute. But yeah, it'll never back up, or if it does, it'll then eventually run down again. Because it'll just all go into here. It's only if this fills up that it'll then pile up the other direction. Huh. Okay, well, we've filled it up the other side for now. Which means that this will now start to back up. Can we change the bias? Like, because that splits at 15 each way, supposedly. But if we change this to be like a Mark III... it's going to be wanting to just tear it out of there much quicker than what it can do that way. Does that change the behavior at all? We've got so many extra steel beams, that why wouldn't we just try it? So that then goes super fast down as far as this. And then super fast down there. So it'll just all kind of fly down here and then catch up down here. I don't think it affects the behavior up here, though. No, it doesn't. That's a shame. I was kind of hoping it would. I guess it means, though, that technically it'll back up more quickly, perhaps? If we just do like that, then this then stops for a while, and then it just backs up here. And then it's trying to shunt down so much faster. So maybe that'll help? I'm not sure. I don't think it'll help that much, but that's fine. But yeah, it was just working a little bit, basically at 3/4 capacity. A lot less than I expected. I mean, we could also just half overclock this to make 30 per minute. We've got such a backlog, and then don't have it go into the container for now. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that, because we have... It'll use 36 pipes. I can't even remember how many we're producing. So then this might be the bit that actually becomes a shortfall. Oh, we'll find out. And yeah, then we just... For now, let's just get rid of this. So they all go that way instead. Right. Screws are zooming in. Let's put those in there. So it was almost running out. But otherwise you've been ticking along nicely. Good, you're almost running out of screws again. Yeah, that's going to happen. But we have 30 more of them already, so that's good. Because we're going to need a ton. Alright, so we have a place to put our rubber now from the other side. So we can go and collect some more of that. We will also need more plastic before long, so we can always go and collect more of that. That we currently have enough to keep our production going. And I mean, we're using plastic to create circuit boards and computers. But computers we're almost backed up on, and circuit boards we're almost backed up on. And that means that we're actually going to then not use plastic either. So we're getting to a point where we're going to be backlogged entirely over in that other base. Until I ramp up production of other things. For now, what we need is a portable miner, of which I can make 199, so that's lovely. Because we want to go over to our Quartz area and set up a mine to be able to actually produce stuff. It just needs to be a little local operation. We actually have power lines going that way already. Oh, where's our big power pylon? There it is. we could just branch a power pylon off this direction instead. There we go this way. Just run it through the valley. This is where the blueprints is handy if I wanted to put it on foundations, because otherwise it's going to hover awkwardly in the air, isn't it? Oh well. Whatever. It's far from the most game-breaking thing. Actually, that's good, because there's like a ledge up here, so we can put it down here. I do wish that it went vertically down so that the feet were kind of sunk into the ground a little bit. Or that it puts supports down, kind of like what storage containers do. That's fine. Alright, and then we run this down here, so there's a geyser there as well, but it's just a rubbish one. But then there is quartz over here. Alright. Yeah, let's just put that there. That's kind of funny. Doesn't look very good. I'm not sure I can even get over that bit there, but we can power a mine, and that's the main thing. You look A, disgusting, and B, dangerous. So, yeah. Your normal quartz. Pure quartz was up the hill, I think, actually. Yeah, I think it was pure quartz up here, and if I'm wanting to produce both crystal and silica, I probably want a pure. It doesn't actually tell me, but... Oh. Cool. Pure. Excellent. Production. Minor. Just Mark 1. I'm fairly sure Mark 1 will be plenty. Chuck that down here. I guess we can collect quartz normally just in case it's useful. We really don't have much room for putting, like, constructors and stuff down here. That's the problem. But I think we can fit a couple down there. This will need to be Mark 2. Oh, we don't actually have any on us. That's interesting. Yes, that's Mark 2. Let's get you powered up. So let's drop that down to a normal power line there. Fire you up. So I'll get you getting quartz coming out at least. And then down here we want to have a splitter with 2. So we do this, convert at Mark 2, bring this down here. It's going to twist awkwardly. I don't want it clipping through the ground, ideally. That's awkward. We can put a pole down. Okay, we'll have it coming this far, and then elevate it up. There we go. And then we can have a splitter. Just fit that on the end. Now, constructor. We'll see how much each one actually requires as well. It'll be kind of interesting to see. Let's do one there, then one there. Let's check what they need. So that's 37.5 per minute, and this is 22.5 per minute. Wait, that's exactly 60. That's hilarious. Alright. That's funny. I guess we can overclock each of them to double it, and it'll be the full 120. Or just half and half or something. That's kind of funny. Yeah, if we do like that, 56.25, so it's still 1, like level 1. Oh, that's not going to go, is it? No, it does not like that one, but I hate it when it does that. How about if we just do that? No, too steep. Oh. But then it can just do that, and then it's fine, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. It's clipping through the ground, but Whatever, I don't care. It's fine. Power. Top. And that one. Good. And then we'll just have another container coming out the side here. I think one container full will be plenty for now, at least. Always worry about ramping it up some other time. I want to do... yeah, it off. What are you doing? I want you off this, and then I can pull it away. But it wants to lock onto the one sideways instead. That's quite annoying. Oh, well, whatever. What's the angle like? I think that's straight now. Alright, and then we can just do, like... it was showing up very briefly. Where's the... there it is. There it is. Cool. So that's that one coming out. Then here we do the same sort of thing on here. We do that, face it that way. And that should be fine. This is half overclocked as well. Cool. And then we do you connect up to you as well. And then we'll get silica coming out of this one. Good. Productive. And then we'll just worry about manually coming to collect it every now and then, because I don't really care about that much of that stuff. Like, we definitely want to have more of this to make more of the crystal oscillators. If nothing else, for research. Research and radar towers, basically. We could double overclock them, but I kind of don't care that much to. I don't know, is there any use for raw quartz though, really? Probably not. Let's just... why not? Let's just double it. Which means that you need to be upgraded, and you need to be upgraded, because you require 75 per minute now. And you're only going to get 60 per minute until it backs up. You are going to only need 45 though. So let's actually just grab like a stack of that and stick it in here so it doesn't run out in the meantime. And then both sides will start backing up. In fact, we can put the residual into there. That'll back up. That'll halt it there. And then it can feed more into that side. Good. May as well. And let's just grab a stack of that to go, essentially. Alright, and then we can probably climb up here to zip line back, because I think it'll be quicker than running. It's kind of marginal, to be honest. It's probably quicker just to run, but it's uneven terrain, so it's just quicker to just get across things. Just fit over this bit. Then we go in this direction, which is not ideal, so we actually want to run back this way. I've never really tried out the jetpack yet. But I can only have one thing on my back at a time, so I can't have the jetpack and the parachute, which is dangerous. Because I'll just fly up high and then run out of fuel and then drop to my death, presumably. Right, so how's this going over here? You're still feeding in here. Yep. So screws is definitely going to like drop down every now and then. That's fine. Oh, we've got tons in here. Excellent. Which means we should be able to just finish off that bauxite refinement immediately now, because we've got a backlog of computers. We've got... oh, we don't have any extra rubber over here now. This was my rubber storage. But I actually need to go and collect more now. Let's get everything else first. Oh yeah, we have smart plating in here too. Actually, I'll take the smart plating out so we have more room for the motors. So I think that's probably better. I don't really need extra motors on me, do I? But I could put some into here. Yeah, I'll put the extra stack in here. Because there are some things that do take motors when you're building. I should probably get some more of these plates actually on me as well, because I've been using them out of storage. So, computers, frame, motors, and now we just need rubber. Smart plating, we're just going to stick over in one of these containers over here. It's like our backlog of space elevator parts. Because I'm expecting I may need some more of those. If I never do, they can go in the awesome sink anyway. Alright, let's go back over to the other side again for now. Okay, so that one's not backed up yet. Let's just do it. It's all going into the bottom one. That's fine. So let's just grab out that amount there. Plastic is now backing up again, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so maybe it's not so bad if we actually had a constructor making some packaging out of that. It could come off the back here. So we have like 3 containers worth. We could also even have it splitting off like this side directly, perhaps. Or this side directly. We could have a splitter right here. Dismantle this. Just temporarily. Splitter. We're gonna have it coming in that way. And then doing like that. So we can just do that. And that, so that can flow again. And then we want a constructor over here. So we just want to be able to have a backlog of just empty containers. So we're going to need them over time, I'm sure of it. And we can actually put this on top of the pipe thing, looks like. I hope it's not going to actually hover in midair, though. If it does, that's going to be a bit ugly. But at minimum, we can just do that. Okay, it is going to hover in the air. Oh well, never mind. And then we can just do that. Here we go, and then plastic can come out this way. And we can just make empty container. 30 per minute, make 60 per minute. We don't even need that many. 30 per minute. What does this even produce? 40 per minute. Double overclocked. Okay. Well, let's actually just make this 40 per minute, so it only needs 20 at a time. And then we have this come out here and go into a different container, just going like, we just reroute this. Like, this is not that useful, it's just taking stuff from over there. That's just the byproduct. And that's the thing that I think I want to make fuel instead. But we would need a way to actually have it be either packaged or something else. So we could actually do that and then run it down. Oh, we put it the wrong way around. Oops. Okay, now it's doing it that way. It's a bit drastic, but alright, now we need to power it. Fire it up. You can now make a bunch of empty canisters. So at least we're doing something else. Either way, let's just head back for now. We're full of rubber. I need to do something with the 2 random Somas loops they have on me. That's very inefficient in terms of inventory space. Actually, can I put... Is this going to break anything? No, I can put them in there. It's like, is something going to explode if I try and do that? Maybe the packaged fuel as well? It's like lots of little things that I can just put in there because I don't need them right now. And then I can just carry more rubber, which, you know, is already full in there. I did have more wire actually on me too, come to think of it. And plop. So we're bound to need more plastic at some point, but at least we're making some use out of it in the meantime, because we know our computer production is likely to back up at some point. Boing.